Question: what's the biggest thing that I personally resent about frugality? Let's talk about it. Back in a minute. Hey, good morning. Good morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. I love helping people to keep some of your hard earned money. How's everybody doing today? Hope that this audio video, as always, finds everybody doing well. If you paid more than $1 for a cup of coffee, you paid way too much. Just saying, just saying. Of course, I'm sitting here at my 10 to 15 cent cup of Joe. No complaints. It's here. I love it. And there you go. Listen, there is something that I personally resent about being frugal. I might have a bunch of people who are in agreement with this. How many times in your life have people thought of you because you are frugal, because you make certain choices, have considered you in their mind's eye, not as a frugal person, but as a cheap, stingy person? Ooh, I don't know about you, but I don't like that. I really don't like that. You know where that comes from? That comes from a place of no knowledge about the distinction between being a frugal person versus being a quote, end of quote, cheap person. Okay. All right. Here's what I think in my mind's eye. A cheap person in my mind's eye is never willing to spend a dime, never willing to spend money to the point, really, literally, of self detriment. I mean it. I mean, there are like essential things that the person literally has the money and should be taking better care of themselves with, and they do not do it because the idea of pulling that little greenback out of their pocket literally brings on the pain. I am not kidding. Do you know anyone like that? To me, in my mind's eye, and everybody's different, everybody's definition of this thing is different, but in my mind's eye, to me, that is a cheap, stingy attitude. Can it be fixed? Yes. But conversely, just because now I am a frugal person, there is a difference. I like getting the maximum value of whatever money comes out of my pocket. Okay. I do not like getting cheap items because the price seems to be better. For example, you could go into a furniture store, right? And that, table and chair set, that little dinette set may appear to be a very cute, brand new, shiny, wonderful set. And even the price is right. But if you walk up to it and you feel the quality of that furniture item that has not been put together very well, well, I'm not going to buy it because I'm the type of person, because I am frugal and not cheap, I enjoy getting something that has a little bit better quality. Therefore, I'm getting more value, more bang for my buck, if you will. Now, conversely, I can go into a thrift store. Now, I'm not saying this is always the case when you go into the thrift store. Some things are hit and some things are missed. For example, I might look for a better quality dinette set. And yeah, it might be a little older. And yes, it might have a scratch or two on it. But that's easily remedied. I could always paint it. I could always fix it. However, that may be made of solid wood, solid materials that not necessarily going to find today. This is what I mean, the difference between someone who is frugal and someone is cheap. And practicing frugality, I wasn't born frugal, to be honest with you. And I absolutely have made my mistakes. And I actually have mentioned that in prior videos. So if you want to look back in my, Rolodex of videos, which by the way are close to about what, 1,400 videos by now? Just saying, just saying. No, but honestly, I have made my lion's share of mistakes. I was not born frugal. I used to, for example, I'll give you an example. Okay, when I was working at a medical facility about let's just say about 30 years back. I am 63, going on 64 in December. Yes, once again, the birthday hint, just saying, just saying. Listen, look, when you're in your 30s, sometimes, you just don't know certain things that you have learned, like with all those years that pass by, and you become 60 something. I wouldn't think nothing of kerplunking a ton of money on getting lunch outside at the office every single day to the tune of, now, this was back 30 something years ago, to the tune of anywhere between 7 and 10. So remember, prices have changed greatly. Looking back now, I literally cringe. I literally cringe. I could have absolutely, gone just at home to the grocery store, put those things together and packed them up and brought it with me. Listen, like I said, one is not born frugally, but I have learned so much since then. And like, to me, it's cringeworthy to see, when people like spend so much money on outside coffee, outside bagels. And the bagel story is going to be reiterated again on a future upcoming video for the many new folks who have joined this channel, or I should say, subscribed to the channel. And by the way, if you are brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a veteran viewer or listener to this channel, a sincere and humble thank you, thank you, thank you. I so definitely appreciate you. But how many of you listening have ever been in a situation where maybe somebody might have, I don't know, sort of in their own little subtle way, threw a hint or two to you, implying that they believe you are cheap? You're so cheap, you squeak. Ooh, I don't like that. There is an incredible difference between being cheap and being frugal. It really, really is. First of all, another thing, frugal folks, okay, we are not necessarily going to say no to a charitable donation. Many frugal folks, what we do is we're particular about where we would contribute our money to. Okay, so right off the bat, people think that frugal people would never donate to a charity. That is nonsense. That is not true. And that is just a myth. Okay, what a frugal person may do is contribute to a cause that really means something to them. They're not just going to give it away to something that could possibly be a fake thing or a scam type thing. They're going to do their little investigation. They're going to make sure that the organization is for real and it is of something that means something to them. Okay, that's one instant. Okay, frugal folks don't like to give out gifts. Nonsense. Not true. Not true. Maybe they may not spend money and just throw it all over the place without investigating, well, can they get a better value? Can they get a discount? Can they get a coupon code? You know where I'm going with this. Does that mean that they're cheap? No, they're still giving that person a gift. Could be a gift card or whatever the method, or I'll tell you one thing, as a frugal person, I dislike spending extra money on shipping. To me, shipping is an incredible waste of money. If I could give the person something in person, or if I could send an e-gift card to someone, those are great. Those are the answers. This is the way a frugal person thinks. Why should I throw my money to postage? Why should I throw my money away to shipping? Sometimes the shipping costs are way more than the cost of the gift that you're intending to give. So frugal people do great things with great intention. Okay. So another thing that I personally do enjoy about being frugal is that I make a game of things before I make a purchase. I make a game of it. Do I really need this thing, or is this a want? How long am I going to get value from this thing? Am I easily influenced because I saw the bright, shiny penny on TV with the wonderful music? You know where I'm going with this. Frugal people tend to think. We're maybe thinkers, a little more thinking than always being spontaneous and just making those mistakes. I'm just saying. But to be classified as stingy or cheap, that is insulting. And I'm not going to lie to you. That's one of the things I do resent about being frugal. Is that going to stop me from being frugal? Nope, because I keep my eye on the prize. And that's another thing that frugal people do like to do. We're long-term goal seekers, and we absolutely love to keep an eye on the price. And never forget that cheap people are not willing to ever even think of investing a dime. The investment is not even in the vocabulary of a cheap person, even if the investment is a solid long term investment. Let me know your experience. Have you ever been called stingy? Have you ever been called cheap? Or what is your definition of frugal? What is your definition of cheap? Let me know in the comments section below. By the way, speaking of value, if you found value in this video, you know what you need to do, right? What do you need to do? Don't forget to smash down the like button if you found value in this video. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care now. Bye-bye.